I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a cold and dark winter night, and I found myself alone in an old creaky house that I had inherited from my aunt whom recently passed. The wind outside howled like an eerie ghostly whisper, sending shivers down my spine. I had driven for hours on winding, desolate roads to reach the remote location. The old house stood atop a hill, surrounded by an overgrown and eerily silent forest. Its paint was faded, and the windows seemed to stare back at me like vacant eyes. Despite the unnerving appearance, I reassured myself that it was just an unfamiliar place, and I was simply tired from the long journey. With a heavy sigh, I gathered my bags and mustered the courage to step inside, not knowing the haunting secrets that awaited me within. As I stepped inside the aging house, the floorboards groaned beneath my weight, almost as if the house itself was protesting my intrusion. The air inside was musty and filled with a lingering scent of decay. Cobwebs draped the corners and dust danced in the faint moonlight that filtered through the cracked windows. Despite the chilling atmosphere, curiosity drove me to explore further. Each room seemed to hold its own secrets. The furniture covered in white sheets appeared like ghostly apparitions themselves. I found myself drawn to an old library, its shelves lined with dusty books from ages past. As I ran my fingers across the spines, a sudden gust of wind slammed the library door shut, making me jump in fright. My heart raced, but I tried to convince myself it was merely a draft. Determined to stay brave, I continued my exploration, unaware of the spectral presence silently watching my every move. As I continued to explore the mysterious house, a heavy weariness settled upon my shoulders like an invisible weight. The long drive, coupled with the unsettling encounters and the ghostly revelations, had taken a toll on my energy. My eyelids drooped with each step, and my legs felt as though they were made of lead. The library's dim light beckoned me to lose myself in its old books, but the comfort of a soft bed became irresistible. As I returned to my bedroom, I felt the familiar tug of exhaustion washing over me. With a sigh of relief, I sank into the covers, ready to surrender to the embrace of sleep, hoping that dreams, unlike the house, would offer a respite from the haunting specters of the night. As I settled into bed, I tried to shake off the feeling of being watched, but no matter how I tried to rationalize it, an unsettling presence lingered in the air. I convinced myself it was just my imagination playing tricks on me. But as the night continued to age, strange things began to happen. The floorboards creaked as if someone was pacing back and forth in the hallway outside my room. My heart pounded in my chest and a chill crawled up my spine. Suddenly, a faint, ghostly figure emerged from the shadows. It was a woman, pale and ethereal, floating just above the ground. Her eyes were hollow and filled with sorrow, and her long, tattered dress billowed around her like a haunting specter. I couldn't move, paralyzed with fear. The ghostly woman approached my bed, her icy touch sending shivers through me. She whispered in a voice so soft yet bone-chilling that it echoed in the room. "You shouldn't have come here," she said. "This is my home." I mustered the courage to ask her what she wanted, and she revealed a tragic tale of lost love and betrayal. The ghostly figure that revealed herself to me was a woman named Eleanor. In life, she was deeply in love with a man named William, who had promised her forever. They had planned to marry and build a life together in this very house. However, tragedy struck sometime after their wedding. Jealous of Eleanor, her older sister, consumed by rage and bitterness, set the house ablaze in the dead of night, hoping to destroy any chance of their happiness. As the flames engulfed the house, Eleanor searched desperately for William, only to find him trapped on the upper floor, covered in debris and unconscious. She made a brave attempt to pull the burning debris off William to save him, but was tragically consumed by the fire alongside him. Now, Eleanor's soul was bound to the house, forever tormented by the lost love and betrayal that led to her untimely demise. The spectral figure I encountered was the embodiment of her pain and longing, haunting anyone who dared enter the place she once called home. As she shared her heart-wrenching tale, her eyes filled with tears, and her sorrowful presence enveloped the room. She longed for peace and closure, yearning to reunite with her beloved in the afterlife. Over time, I learned to coexist with Eleanor's ghost, offering her solace and understanding. I vowed to preserve the house in her memory, allowing her tragic tale to serve as a poignant reminder of the power of love and the destructive force of jealousy.